tell us, what is it like a day in the life of Chyna? What is it like to be in your position? What do you do when you're operating this business? You get up in the morning. What's your routine? I know we're in a pandemic right now, so given that, what would you say the average day is like for you?
Either I'm working on official edibles, or I'm working on this other brand that I have that it deals with cannabis. They go hand in hand with each other. I make these boxes. They're like bud boxes, and I put a bunch of different edibles and different little different things in there, trinkets for you to smoke. My ice cream, I put tickets in there because it's frozen. I can't put it in the box and give it to someone. So I put little tickets in the box that, they can claim an ice cream, a container of ice cream from me. Every day I'm basically working on either making ice cream or making these boxes. And that's what I do all day.
What's your favorite part of the job? Like, what do you love to do the most?
Networking. It used to be making the ice cream, but the more people find out about the ice cream, the more ice cream I have to make. And then I'm stuck in the kitchen all day, every day for hours and hours and hours a day. So sometimes that's not fun. The fun part about it is actually networking and seeing people's expression when they eat my ice cream. I love that part. It makes me really happy. I do like a little happy dance. That's basically like my favorite part. I love meeting new people. I love telling them about my brand, and I love feeding people my ice cream.
When you think of official edibles, what are some of the core elements to your brand? What's your mission statement? If you have to be giving back to the community, what do you want to contribute to the community through official edibles?
It's funny that you mentioned that, because my company was basically built on giving back to people that can't really afford cannabis or need it. I don't believe that people that are sick or that are in need of, medicine should have to pay for cannabis at all. That's just my opinion. I don't really, everybody's out to do it for money and things like that. But when I first started Official Edibles, my little sister had Charlie malformation. She still has it, and she has scoliosis. And she had a lot of migraines, pains. It was just a massive amount. She was crying all the time. She was young. She was probably 16 years old. She was, when it got to be a big issue. And she couldn't maneuver in school and things. So I was okay, what could I give her to subside her pain? And we already were making the ice cream, but it wasn't such a big deal for us to make the ice cream. It was just we're gonna try this, we're gonna make it a business, see if it works. Once I realized, and I gave it to my sister, and I realized that it knocked out her pain and it kind of subsided everything, I was we really have to do this because this is not going away for her, and I need to be able to afford to have medicine for her, and this is her medicine. And then I started to do more research, and I started asking my friends, hey, does your mom or your uncle or does your cousins or anybody have this? And I started finding out that these people had lupus. I had a lady who had Parkinson's, and the ice cream literally had them chilling. If my client that had the lupus, her face would get inflamed and it would get swell up, but then she would eat the ice cream and she would be fine. It wouldn't be inflamed or anything like that. And then my other client, they had Parkinson's. They would be shivering like crazy. It would be they had a seizure but functioning. And then next thing you know, they eat the ice cream. 30 minutes later, they're just chilling, to the point where all they have to do now is just keep eating ice cream, and they don't even have those symptoms. You know what I mean? So when I realized those things, I was kind of just okay, this can be something that could be beneficial for everyone, for those who getting the natural high, and also for those who really need it. So I have a client list. It's very long, and for those people who are on my client list, if I sell out of ice cream on a general basis, I never sell out ice cream for them. They always have their stuff. They don't pay for ice cream. I actually give ice cream to them for free. They don't need several containers because I make it very potent. They need one container. That one container lasted them for about 2 months. And then the next 2 months, they get another container of ice cream. So I do give back. And I also, aside from that, just my whole entire brand in general, we give back to the less fortunate, more deeper into Miami. because they don't have much. Right now I have 3 bikes in my living room. I have some ripsticks. I have like a bunch of toys that we're gonna just go down there and give them out. You know, like stuff like that we do. But as far as like the community, I'm literally just doing this because I like ice cream and I want to make sure that there's the people that I've been catering to for all these years have their medicine, to be honest. And whatever comes from it after that comes from it. But, you know, yeah.
Your passion project, you know, I mean, it's like you said, you love your job, you know, you never work a day in your life when you do what you love. And
yeah.
So that's really awesome that you do give back, and it's good to hear that, and that you, like many other people that either consume cannabis or entrepreneurs in the industry, come from some sort of experience that involves health, like your sister's health. And that really makes us more involved, more compassionate, more hands-on, because, hey, my sister has scoliosis. I want to help ease her pain. And so, you know, I have no doubt that you pour that back into your company. And so thank you for sharing that with us. How do you feel being in this industry, being a woman in this industry, trying to navigate the waters? Do you feel like you have an easier time being a woman? Do you feel like you have a harder time being a woman? Anything from negotiating the cannabis that goes into your edibles to selling on the market? What's your experience being a woman in this industry?
There's pros and cons. The pros are because I am a woman, and I'm a very direct, straightforward woman. I guess people listen to me more. I'm just like, hey, this is what it is. This is how it's gonna be, because I realize that men are like that. They're very direct. They're very just straightforward. They get what they want. I adapted. I picked up some, you know, lessons and I adapted. That's the cool portion. The bad portion is sometimes it doesn't work that way. You expect them to underestimate you because you're a woman. Off rip, because that's just how it goes. Sometimes I find it to where I know more things than some of the guys do, or, you know, I'm just well connected and I can put things together better than they can. And I realize that, like, a lot of people would prefer just to work with them just because they're men, and I have to, like, you know, pull teeth just to be like, hey guys, over here, me, I can do it too. I can actually do all of it, you know, and you don't need to hire anyone else. Just me. You know, I do the graphics. I can get the product. Like, I literally have to, like, do all of that, and it sometimes it sucks. But when the ball actually starts to get, you know, rolling, and they realize, like, hey, this girl knows what she's doing, I'm in control. To get in the door, it's a headache. But once I'm in the door, I'm like, I'm good, you know?
Stay. You got a seat at the table, and you're serving dinner. You're serving dessert.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's as a woman, it's hard, but I mean, when you find that
your niche,
you'll be good.
So what do you think, having gone through your experiences from where you started to where you are right now, where do you think, or where do you hope the industry is going to go? Where can we see this industry going? What will you maybe do to try to steer it in that direction?
Well, from when I started, it wasn't even cool to smoke. When I was in high school, middle school, like, it was like, oh my God, you smoke weed, like, ew. And we didn't use the word cannabis, it was weed. So everything was so, like, anti everything. And now it's like, it's everyone does it, or everyone needs it. So with it being, like, recreational in some places, medicinal in some places, still illegal in some places, I believe in the future, it's gonna be legal everywhere. It's so common for people to smoke cannabis now. What I would like to see more, to be honest, would be more resorts. I would like to see more, like, more, I guess, places like that are exclusive to cannabis smokers. There's been times, like, that I wanted to just go to a spa, you know what I mean? Like, and be in the steam room with my joint. So one day, hopefully, I can own one of those, or I build one of those. I mean, I know some of them exist, but there's not many, you know? I would like to see cannabis just evolve in more, just it being more normal, the normal for people to. Yeah, definitely. I don't like that people get arrested for cannabis. So like, I would hope that that would change in the future.
We're all moving in the same direction to help normalize cannabis. I don't know if you've ever been to Amsterdam, but I went one time, and when you're there and everyone's smoking outside and they're taking the mushrooms and they're walking around, and it's so normalized there, you don't even think twice about it. The only thing you think of is, why is it not like this where I live? What's the problem? One of the last things I wanted to ask you was, again, when you think about where you started to where you are now, what has been your favorite moment?
I had a surgery last year. It was actually around the same exact time now. So it was like this month, around the same days, I had surgery last year. And as soon as I got out of the hospital, my business partner calls me and tells me that our freezers arrived. So we basically we were doing a fish audibles for like 3 years. And from the beginning, I was like, we should just have freezers and put them in stores from the beginning. And he was kind of like, no, not yet. We're not ready yet. So I didn't know that he ordered these freezers. I was just like, what? So he's like, the freezers came. I'm like, the freezers came? He was like, yeah, the freezers for the stores. So mind you, I just got out of the hospital. I jumped up with my stitches and everything. Like, I was in pain, but I just jumped up and I was like, we're going over there now. And no one wanted to take me. So I got in my car, so I'm driving myself over there. I drove over there and I was just like, my freezers! I was just screaming. I couldn't believe it because I was like, oh my God, like I'm gonna literally have freezers to put in stores. And that's exactly what we did. As soon as we got the freezers in, we waited probably like a month to introduce it. We did events, we brung the freezers out so people can know we had them. And then we started tackling stores, and we were just like, hey, do you guys want a, CBD ice cream in your store? And as everyone they were just like, yeah, and we were putting them in there. That was like the best moment ever.
That's a moment of growth. That is such a milestone, in your journey. It's next level shit almost,
Yeah, it definitely was next level because it was something that we started, like when we started at the beginning, it was something that I just wanted to have, and it took 3 years for us to get it. And I was just like, oh my goodness, this is crazy.
Congratulations. I can kind of relate because we've done a print magazine for almost 8 years. And when we got our distribution racks, it was like a whole nother moment. It was like, wow.
Oh, wow.
Now we can not depend on other publications and their distribution racks. We have our own distribution racks.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Like stuff like that, it makes me like really happy. Like it's a lot of things like within the company, little small things that make me happy. Just kind of a little small one like opening packaging. Like I just get really excited. Like I don't care if it's the same exact containers that I had the last time. Every time I open it, I'm just like, packaging. I don't know, but everything actually with the company makes me excited. My mom wasn't like cannabis like friendly. She was not a fan of it at all. We did not get along for years because of it, but we love each other to death now. I loved her then, of course, but it was different. It was a lot of like disagreements. But now my mom, she loves what I do. She loves the ice cream company. I love that, it's something that actually, it just makes everyone happy. Like they just love it. Like they're just happy for me. And that's actually pretty surprising because my mom did not like cannabis at all. at all. It's been fun,
How many different flavors do you have? I didn't ask, but how many different assortments of ice cream do you have?
We make French ice cream. So for that one, I have about 14 flavors for the French ice cream. And then we also do sorbets. So the sorbets, we have, I can't even count those because there are a lot of flavors in sorbets. There are probably over 10 sorbet flavors. So in total, maybe 25, 30 flavors of ice cream between French ice cream and sorbets. We do specialize in other ice cream. We do like ice cream sandwiches, we do soft serves, we do different things like that. But what's in demand, what sells the most, what people ask for the most, is really like the French ice cream and the sorbets.
And do you pair your ice cream with different strains?
Yes, we do. Because some Sometimes, okay, so say like the vanilla based ice creams that mainly take vanilla base, we have to use a specific strand for that one. I cannot use that strand for chocolate. Like if it was a chocolate based ice cream, it doesn't matter what chocolate based ice cream I'm making, I cannot use the same strands because they alter the flavor of the ice cream. The different terpenes, they literally like they're strong and they alter, like they really alter. So it all depends on what flavor of ice cream I'm making, which base is the main base, because our ice cream goes by bases. We have like 5 main bases that we use, and there are different flavors based off of each base. And we have 5 different strands that we use for those bases. Sometimes even for the toppings, I use different strands. So it just, yeah, it's a science. When we first started Official Edibles, it wasn't like that. We didn't know. We didn't know about it, so we made a bunch of batches of ice cream that some of them taste good, some of them were kind of like, I can eat it, but so we got it down packed after years of practice, and you know.
Lots of research and development, I'm sure, has gone on behind closed doors.
Yes, a lot of research, development, a lot of money. The least favorite part of the ice cream is when we mess up ice cream, like when we mess up a batch of ice cream, if something gets burned or it's the worst part. Everyone gets really angry, like, oh my God, no!
Your freshest batch.
Yeah, it's been fun though.
Good. Well, that's really good to hear, and I think edibles should be fun. I think that they should just light up your light and light up everyone else. I ate some edibles last night before I went to bed. It's the best night's sleep I've had in so long.
Yeah, I actually took some edibles last night too, so that was funny. I was knocked out.
And is your favorite ice cream?
My first favorite ice cream is cookie dough. My second favorite ice cream is pistachio.
Love it.
And then my third favorite ice cream would have to be praline and cream. So praline and cream, which I don't make that because I just, it's theirs and I just don't even want to touch that. I like the way it tastes. I just, I'd rather buy it. But I love the pralines and cream. Those are definitely my 3 favorites. Our sorbets are more like, I'm gonna call them advanced. We have advanced sorbets. My favorite one that I'm working on right now, no one's had it yet, is my strawberry basil sorbet. I have a strawberry and basil ice cream like that's a dairy base, and I was like, I wonder how this will taste, in the sorbet. So far it's heading in the right direction. I have like a little couple tweaks and things like that, but we don't just make regular ice cream. We make special ice cream.
For our followers out there, how can they get a hold of you? What's your Instagram? Do you have a website? Do you have an email? Is there any way that they could get in touch?
So Instagram Official Edibles and Twitter Edibles Official. Website coming back soon. Soon as I get staffed, definitely we'll put it back.
Teamwork makes a dream work. So. Thank you so much, Chyna, for speaking with me today. I appreciate it, and I loved hearing about your brand, and I love meeting you, and I love meeting other amazing women in the industry, and so thank you for what you're doing and for what you're doing to help ease the pain of patients in cannabis. So I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. It was nice. It was a pleasure to meet you. Definitely when you're in Miami, hit us up. And I look forward to speaking with you again, maybe when we have some new stuff coming up.
Cool. All right.
Thank you.
Bye.